Donald Trump is being bizarre again, and lawmakers from both chambers of Congress are sounding the alarm on the mental acuity of your 47th president. And I have all the details on the Donald's ongoing dance with cognitive decline coming up next. We know that Trump is obsessed with being rated number one in everything he does, and with great confidence I can declare him number one among all 47 presidents for his level of unhinged oddness, a level that easily surpasses his detachment from reality as our 45th president, a level that is increasingly concerning because his outrageous actions are putting lives at risk in the United States and abroad. Let's begin this report with a look at a recent and scathing video from CNN that shows his rating is nowhere near number one in the eyes of Americans who are watching and worried about his trajectory. And on the other side, I'll show you two lawmakers who are reacting to Trump's latest bout with being batshit crazy.
What are we talking about? We're talking about new lows for Donald Trump. He's hit new lows for himself. Trump's economic net approval rating hits lows with these pollsters. CNBC, look at this. Down now, minus 13 points on the net approval rating on the economy. You come to this side of the screen, it's minus 19 points among Quinnipiac. And keep in mind, we're talking about hitting record lows for Donald Trump in either his first term, which of course ended back in 2021, or his second term, which is ongoing right now. The bottom line is Donald Trump is at the lowest point ever in either of his terms.
But compare it to presidents historically.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. Donald Trump is beating himself in the way you don't want to beat yourself, record lows, but let's compare it to other presidents. Well, let's take a look here. Okay, worst economic net approval ratings at this point among presidents since 1977. In the presidency, right, this is a new Donald Trump presidency. Look at this. He's the worst for any presidency at this point. How about the second term? Come to this side of the screen. Of course, Trump's in his second term. He's the worst for any president at their second term at this point. So Donald Trump isn't just beating himself with record lows. This is the lowest for any president ever at this point in either a presidency or for a second term. Donald Trump setting the types of records you simply put do not want to set. Okay. So you see that Donald Trump is right now at the trough in terms of his net approval rating on the economy. Well, if there's any economic blame to go around because of the shutdown, blame for any economic pain caused by the shutdown. Well, look at this. Trump and the GOP gets 53%. You see Democrats here at 37%. Among independents, that key part in the center of the electorate, they're even more likely to blame Trump and the GOP at 58% versus 21% for the Dems. So the bottom line is this. Ahead of this key inflation report tomorrow, right now the grade for Donald Trump among the American people is really an F, at least compared to other presidents.
So Harry Enton is giving him an F for the American people, and I'll say that lawmakers are giving him a D for his potential dementia for his latest blunder. Here's a great report by Aaron Parnas to set the story up, and then I'll have reactions from a senator and a congressman who are sounding the alarm and saying, is Donald okay?
We have some news right now. People are raising questions about Donald Trump's mental fitness after overnight he put out a bizarre Truth Social post saying that Jack Smith, Merrick Garland, the former attorney general, and Lisa Monaco, a former high-ranking official in the Biden DOJ, conspired or worked to try to take the 2020 election from Donald Trump. Here's the problem. None of them were in office during the 2020 election. Donald Trump and his DOJ were in office during the 2020 election. Now, he has gone so far in this Truth Social post to suggest that these three individuals should be prosecuted, along with Christopher Wray, who's the FBI director that Donald Trump himself appointed. But he's trying to prosecute people who had no involvement with the DOJ during the time he's saying that they had involvement with the DOJ. And that is raising a lot of questions among people for a number of reasons. Number one, he's prosecuting his political opponents, right? We have that. But number two, he's maybe misremembering who was in office at the time. Spread the word. Full updates on my Substack link.
And in response to Trump's brain fart,
Senator Sheldon Whitehouse tweeted, as his mental faculties are increasingly compromised, he becomes more and more a caricature of himself. As his retinue is obsequious toadies, that makes him more and more dangerous. And Representative Eric Swalwell sarcastically posted, big if true. Merrick Garland, as a private citizen, while Trump was in office, rigged the 2020 election.
it is not just the detachment from reality that makes this alarming, it is the danger. When Trump lashes out, his followers and enablers listen. When he fabricates conspiracies or blames his enemies for crimes he's imagined, it is fuel for a movement that is high on emotion and loyalty and low on fact-checking. While Trump's sanity remains in question, ours is at stake. How much longer can we let a man who is off his rocker lead the free world? Trump slipping from reality is beyond concerning because there will be a lag time between the time it is undeniable to Republicans and any meaningful move can be made to dislodge him. Every day with him in power is a dance between his delusions and our democracy.